This podcast episode contains discussions of death and strong languages. Listener discretion is advised.
A 40-year-old man has fallen to his death this afternoon in a construction accident in a site
Construction
in Newport
worker
News.
using a chainsaw on a Boardman Road project.
Investigation is underway tonight after a worker died at a construction site on
a
the
young man's death at a construction site tonight. Our crews
We're learning more tonight about the pedestrian who was struck and killed by a cement truck near Yonge and Eglinton yesterday.
An iron worker tragically killed in a construction accident at UC San Diego.
Details this afternoon about a death at a construction site in South Burlington.
It happens every single day in construction sites all around the world. A worker falls, a scaffold collapses, a machine malfunctions. But behind every accident, there's a story. Not of bad luck, but of negligence. Of companies cutting corners, of workers being treated as disposables. But this isn't just a podcast that talks about dangers in working in constructions. This is about people who build our world and the systems that keeps endangering them. I'm your host, Asim, and today we're going to hear stories that they don't want you to know.
My name is Vinay. I'm 19 years old and I work as a carpenter, mostly framing. I had about 6 months on the job experience and then another 6 months I was doing my level 1 foundation.
So you've been in carpentry for about a year. What are some physical risks or injuries that you've either seen or experienced yourself in this job?
There's been a lot. Where do I even start? One of my first days on site, my boss was getting me to carry up some heavy plywood sheets from the 4th or 5th floor, and the staircase they had was not properly constructed, say. Just like on my 5th or 6th sheet that I was carrying down, I fell down the stairs.
Wow.
And then fell into a fire extinguisher holder.
Damn. Were you okay though? How bad were your injuries?
I couldn't really walk properly because I hit my leg really bad into the fire extinguisher holding shit. Like 5 minutes later, I don't even think it'd been 5 full minutes. My boss looks at me and he says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I fell down the stairs like I just told you. I'm kind of injured, give me a bit." And he's like, "Are you gonna fucking work or are you gonna get the fuck home?" And yeah, almost crashed out on him right there, but yeah, my coworker calmed me down after that.
So, injuries aside, have you ever witnessed any near-death experience? Like, maybe if it's your experience or your colleagues, maybe?
I actually almost fell 3 stories onto a solid concrete slab because my boss was getting me to work at heights without certification.
Wow.
We were building balconies kind of, and the harnesses that we were using, he never really taught me how to use them properly, and he would get mad at me if I tried to put them on properly, and a couple times I almost fell through the joists.
Fuck! So your boss just allowed you to work without any certification?
Yeah, actually my boss wanted me to work without the certification because he didn't want to pay for it, and he didn't have anyone else that was certified.
The negligence from his boss could have cost him his life. But he was lucky he didn't die. The others, not as fortunate.
Farah Aldaba with CBC News. I'm on the corner of Cathcart and Square Phillips where a worker has died at the construction site behind me.
A worker had died after falling 10 stories. And the scary part, it could have been my friend, Vinay. There are countless stories of workers dying on construction sites, and my friend Sandeep witnessed one of the worst. A death that should have never occurred if the safety protocols had been followed.
I was working on a construction site where the crane riggers decided to neglect their safety protocol. Instead of putting 4 straps on a load, they decided to put 2. And because of this, the load was pretty heavy and the chain snapped, and a lady who was in the area ended up getting crushed by that load and died instantly.
Negligence in a work site is a massive problem, but it's deeper than that. Bosses ignore workers showing up clearly intoxicated because, hey, at least they've come to work. Workers doing cocaine in the porta potties just to survive the brutal 16-hour shifts, and then popping painkillers just to push through the injuries instead of reporting them. And the worst part, everybody knows. Everyone sees it. But as long as the job gets done, nobody says a word. I asked Vinay about his experience with the drugs in the worksite, and this is his response. So, didn't your boss actually smoke weed on site?
Oh yeah, all the time. Most people do. The safety officers make a big deal out of it. They'll say stuff like, oh, if I even see you smelling like alcohol, or if I see you with any marijuana, I'm banning you on site immediately. But like an hour after someone said that to me, I saw my boss's boss with a blunt. And he was just like talking to the safety guy while smoking weed. It's pretty normal.
During work on the foundation of a 15th-floor building, 2 support walls collapsed. A 31-year-old worker was buried under clay in the pit. He didn't survive.
That's what happens when profits come before people. On May 22nd, 2025, a construction site in Blainville, Quebec collapsed, killing 1 worker and injuring 3 more. And here's the unforgivable part. They knew. During the morning of the collapse, a union safety representative visited the site and saw signs of damage, took photos of the failing walls, and they even warned the company managing the construction site. And what happened? Nothing. Not until the walls came down. Until a worker went home in a body bag. But what do we do about this? Do we wait until someone we know, someone we love, gets into an accident before we act? Sure, we have WorkSafe, we have regulations, but none of it means a damn thing if we stay silent while corners are getting cut. Don't just listen, share your stories and fight for safety, because a paycheck isn't worth a friend or a family.